What's up, everybody? It's your boy, the Big Oxuchia, and of course, you just saw the end of the WrestleMania 34 card. And first off, let me say, by far, it was a very good, more better than I thought it would be. Probably not the best of all time, but definitely a good one. I did not like that last match. I don't know. It was just as I anticipated. I knew it was going to be the same conversation that they've been having with Roman Reigns, and if this wasn't a apology for last year, I don't know what is. To me, this was WWE trying to apologize for WrestleMania 33, where Undertaker lost to Roman Reigns in the way that they did, because really what happened to John Cena should have happened to Roman Reigns. And in a sense, John Cena said, let me be the Roman Reigns. Let me do what Roman Reigns should have done last year, you know. And in the same conversation, the way that Brock Lesnar just demolished, I mean, completely demolished um, Roman Reigns, I don't understand if he's buried at this point. He should go back to the mid card at this point. I would not try to push him because it was just really terrible. It was a terrible, terrible match. Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar was a terrible match. Um, there were a lot of intermission matches here. Another bad match, and I'm going to start with the bad ones first because it's just easier to talk about the bad ones first. What's up, everybody? Thank you for coming to Big Asuchia. Thank you for stopping in. I see you came to the live chat. Anyway, I would like to just thank y'all for coming down. All the participants that do come in, I do thank you for stopping in even for a second. But I'm going to put it to you like this, and I'm going to say it like this. I am. There are a lot of bad things that I want to talk about first. I don't want to talk about the good first. I want to talk about the bad first. There were a couple of matches that I just thought did not really need to happen, and one of those matches was Nia Jax versus Alexa Bliss. I thought that was a really intermission match. It could have been done without. Um, Aside for that, I think that's why I wanted to make sure that the bad went first, because that was literally the worst part of. Those were the worst two matches of the whole event, because Nia Jax was okay. She was okay. I knew she was going to win. Another really bad thing is the social SJWWE. I really wasn't prepared for that again. Here we go. We have Finn Balor start off the event with the whole LGBTQ conversation, and then you had Nia Jax and Coachman going on his tangent about this is for every person that has ever been this and that or the other, and it was just really bad. It was terrible. I did not like how Nia Jax, and I didn't like how the whole conversation went. I didn't like how um, it was just the same over. It was the same conversation over and over and over and over again. And I personally would say, if you're just tuning in for the first time, I see people come and go. I would just want to say thank you for coming down to the Big Asuchia. In any case, I would. I did not like that. I didn't like the whole social justice conversation that really didn't need to be had. I think they were going a little too far with the we got to be political agenda driven. The whole liberal agenda thing is WrestleMania. I just feel like, everyone wanting to be social justice all of a sudden, it really was it was some parts where it just wasn't, it didn't make sense. Okay, I'm gonna put it like this: I don't mind social justice if it makes sense, if it's put in a place that makes sense. Okay. Finn Balor, I just don't understand. Balor Club is for everyone. I didn't know. I didn't think it wasn't. I think WWE doesn't understand their fan base good enough to understand that the high majority of us are geeks, and some people are gay and some people are not, and some people are lesbian and some people are not, and I don't think it really ever mattered to wrestling fans. I think the wrestling community for the most part is a very accepting community, whether liberal or conservative. That being said, I never thought at any point that it ever has been an issue with, social issues within the realm of fandom of WWE. This being the biggest platform of the wrestling year, and you don't do it on any other platform, it just seems just weird to me. Okay, I think they're making the same mistake that they tried to make with Coldplay a long time ago with their social justice thing with the Super Bowl. I think they're making the same mistake, and I just think that that's a bad way to go, a bad angle to go, and I'm just not for politics when I'm trying to have a good time. That's just me. I mean, it's like, hey, I know you guys are trying to have a good time, but let me throw my political agenda at you, all right? It just doesn't seem like the right thing to do to me. I just feel like they could have gone a different direction. Now, as for other like matches. So that would be the worst. Those were the worst things of the night. The social justice warrior social justice SJWWE. That's what I'm going to call it now. SJWWE. Go ahead and use it if you want. SJWWE is something that I'm not looking forward to. I hope that that was the last time we will see that. I hope that it does not continue to be a thing. I hope we get to see more really good stuff rather than um, just a whole lot of BS. That's just the way I feel about it. So that being said, Brock Lesnar was a really terrible, terrible match. Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns, which I knew. Now I'm going to start talking about what I consider was a surprise on the card. There were a couple really big surprises that I wasn't ready for, and I'm going to be honest, they were really really good matches. And one of the really really good matches, and the biggest surprise to me of the night was actually um, Asuka versus Flair. I was not expecting that to be that good. Okay, I was not expecting it to be as good as it was. Um, it really shocked me how good of a match Charlotte Flair can put on. I knew she was agile. I knew she was strong. I knew she was a tough girl. But I never thought she would be as good as she proved to be in this match. I mean, she really poured out the greatness and the goodness, and I really did like that match. I would say that was between one of my favorite matches of the night. With by far, it could be the match for me of the night. I'm not going to go that far just yet because there's a couple more that I want to talk about. But if I had to rank it, it's literally up there. It's definitely a really good match. And SmackDown is really fortunate to have those two, Asuka and Flair, on their show at the same time. They did a really good job. Um, Another really surprisingly good um, person was Ronda Rousey. I wasn't expecting her to be good. I wasn't expecting her to be the match of the night at all, but I didn't expect for her to be good. I felt like she was going to have some struggles, and you saw a couple. Don't get me wrong, you saw a couple really, really deep struggles, but to be honest, it could have been a lot worse. And I really did appreciate her match. And I'm glad to see that she's there and she's getting the wins. And I liked the way the match went. Again, I will say I don't understand why they buried her with Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. I don't think that that was a good angle. Stephanie McMahon did a good job trying to act like she was tough, and it's good to try to act like you could wrestle against someone who's just now starting to wrestle. That whole thing just looked really silly to me, and I didn't see the point of it. But I mean, I guess that she is who she is, and this is her company. Obviously, she can do whatever she wants. So to me, it was an okay match. I really could do have done without it. And to me, you could have made Stephanie versus Ronda a singles match and just left it at that. Triple H and Angle, you could tell their era is over with, man. Like it's not fun to watch anymore. It's just like looking at your granddads still trying to act like they got it, or your mom and your dad trying to act like they still got it, and they really don't, you know. So I did not like that match at all, and I really will hope that going forward, I want to see who they put Ronda Rousey against. I want to see who they choose to really match her up against first, because I mean, obviously, it's not going to be Charlotte Flair. So is the question is, who does she go after? Who's going to be her first real match in the WWE, or do they send her down to development inside of like NXT? I'm not really sure on which way they're going to go with that just yet. Personally, I think they should do their best not to um, not to throw off at her, and not to give her someone like Naomi. You see what I'm saying? I think they should do someone like Bailey, or they should do someone like, I don't know, someone, and maybe even go against someone like in Absolution or something like that, just to give her extra person to enjoy, to really give her someone that can guide her through the first years of being a wrestler, and not just someone in MMA. But I saw a lot of great things happening. I love the strikes. I love the throws. I love the fact that she has the submission side to her. I think she's going to be a really great addition to WWE, and I cannot wait to see what Ronda Rousey really does over the years. I think she's going to be the next Ken Shamrock in a sense. Um, that's just my opinion. You can leave your opinion in the comment section. I would love to hear what you have to say in the live chat. Believe me, I'm watching and monitoring it. The the other thing that I was really glad to see, that was pretty good. That was actually a really good part of WrestleMania that I did enjoy. I didn't I want to say I enjoyed the full match, but I enjoyed some of the match, and that was Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. I think that got a little out of hand with Shane McMahon. If he was not fit to wrestle, I don't understand why they tried to make him wrestle. I thought that was kind of like, hey, but I did like the Daniel Bryan parts. I was very happy that Daniel Bryan is back in the WWE. I'm very glad that he actually took the time to you know, uh, warm up and everything, because you can tell he's been away for 3 years. He's not 100%, and I don't expect Daniel Bryan to be 100%. I expect Daniel Bryan to be, what he is right now, and however that looks, that's fine with me. If it's, he's more technical for a while, if he continues to do his old style but remove some things, that is fine with me. I wish they would have gave him a little bit more time, but I guess if this is your first match back, I guess it's best to keep your time low, keep it to a minimum, and not just try to rush the um the the scene, I guess, to rush the issue, just to give him time to develop. So I mean, Daniel Bryan and Shane McMahon, excuse me, versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Okay match, not the best, but it actually fitted for what they needed to do. Another thing that I was very glad to see was, even though it was not in the main card, I actually enjoyed uh, the kickoff show with the Andre the Giant Battle Royale. I enjoy that a lot. I don't. The only thing I don't like about it, when if there's anything I could kind of say that I don't like about it, it would be the fact that they always seem to just, like, when it's time to eliminate guys, they just start throwing people over the rope, and it just seems so forced. It doesn't seem cohesive. It doesn't seem like they're they're wanting to do it. You're just seeing guys just get eliminated one by one. They don't really have, and I understand that certain people have to go at a certain time, but it's like, okay, sometimes it even looks like they're eliminating themselves. Okay, so that being said, it's like I would like to see battle royales look a little bit more authentic and not so much, you know. I threw myself over the rope and that's fine. I would like to see guys to throw a guy over the rope, but actually have some struggle into it as well. Um, I liked the part where Bray Wyatt came back. I thought that was cool. I like how they did it, but I would love to have seen him in maybe like a Hardy, a woken or broken uniform, just to see if he would come out in it. I don't know if they're going to do that, but I think they're going to keep him looking like normal Bray, and he can do what basically Brother Nero did in TNA. I think he's going to be the new Brother Nero, and I think that's pretty cool. Um, that was fun. Again, so those were the matches, the things that I liked so far. The another thing that I found that was pretty interesting, and I kind of called some of these matches. So if you want, you can go look at my live reaction from earlier, and you can kind of see some of the things that I called. Like I called the Charlotte Flair thing, I called the AJ Styles, and I called the Miz leaving. I knew the Miz was going to not be there after this because he just had a kid, and who doesn't want to be there during the first at least 6 months to help their wife get acclimated to having a baby. This is their first child together, so I'm certain that it didn't matter who won it. Okay, it could have been Finn Balor, it could have been Seth Rollins. It doesn't matter because of the fact that it was kind of one of those moments that it transcended sports in a sense because it was something personal that Miz was dealing with, and now he has to go and do fatherly duties, and that's what I think that they just kind of wrote him off a little bit, and I would like to see where they go with the story if they choose to do the dad. He didn't have his head in the game, so he ended up losing his championship belt. I would like to see something like that. So I'm going to the chat room now, the live chat, just to check it out to see what you guys are saying. Just to check to see if there's any action in here. Please leave a comment or subscribe or like these videos, and that would be great for me. Okay, so another thing. Sheamus and Cesaro, Braun Strowman, and Little Nicholas. Now that was awesome. That was awesome. I love that whole segment, man. Nothing made me laugh like I watched that because the way that he reminds me of the guy from Blood Sports. I don't know if you guys remember the big guy from Blood Sports. That was Jean Claude Van Damme's sidekick, kind of. He reminds me a lot of him. He's big, he's burly, he's a giant, and then here he comes with this kid. He's like you, and he picks and he goes through the crowd and picks the kid, and then he goes back to the ring, and then Nicholas is standing on the ring, just literally shaking. He's scared out of his wits because here's these big gigantic guys flying around the ring, and then he feels bad for Braun because Braun's getting beat up, so he tags the kid in, and you just see him just having a good time, and I love what they did with that whole segment. I would suggest anybody go and look. And I think that's a good way of taking one of the belts away so that now Braun has to do it by himself. Braun and Nick has to do it by themselves. So I don't think he's going to be able to keep Nicholas as a tag team partner, but I think he's going to pretty much just dominate the tag team division for at least 3 to 4 months. I wouldn't be surprised if Braun is still doing this by SummerSlam because it is something. He's a big guy and he can pretty much take on a division by himself. Let's just be honest. Who can really stop Braun Strowman? I mean, really, when he's in his full power and he's really doing his thing, who can really beat Superman? No one, right? So I personally think Braun Strowman should be just fine with no tag team partner. I think he's going to have a lot of problems at first. I think he's going to have to worry about two people all the time. But because he is Braun Strowman and there's really no one bigger than him, I just don't see anyone doing it. And if you piss him off, man, there's nothing you can do. You just hope that he's not taking it seriously and he's having a good time. You don't want Braun Strowman to go start taking things seriously and acting like he wants to do what it is he wants to do whenever he wants to do it. So, um, him being the that being said, Braun Strowman is the Chad Team champions, and there's nothing you can say or do about it. I don't think he needs a person to help him personally. I really don't want to see Braun Strowman with a tag team partner. I don't want him to get lost in the tag team division. I think this is going to bring credibility to who he is as a character, and I would like to see him become even stronger. That's just my personal take on the issues. Now, if I'm the only one who realized that all of the Wyatt family, except for Bray Wyatt, right now are champions. I mean, am I the only one that realized that? Everyone from the Wyatt family, Braun Strowman, Eric Rowan, and the other guy, I never remember his name. The Bludgeon Brothers, are now the SmackDown tag team champions. They beat the Usos and the New Day. Now, personally, I thought that that was a good idea. I just don't see how any of them could beat them. The Usos did a really good job carrying the match. I don't think the New Day was really into the match. The New Day honestly needs a refresh. Think they need to hit the refresh button for a while. If I don't think you need to split them up, but I think you need to refresh how they look because some of it is getting kind of old. The running around with the pancake thing was hilarious. The little guys with the pancakes was funny. Now that was great. You couldn't ask for anything more than that. The fact that my dude played the Green Ranger theme music to he said do 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 do, and then you just see my dudes running out with pancakes on. Okay, now that you can't make that type of stuff up, man. I mean, you just can't make that type of stuff up. So that was hilarious. I'm sorry, that was funny. Um, that made me laugh. I laughed the whole time, and I will continue to laugh about that, man. Uh, Harper and Rowan, thank you, Harper. That's his name. Yeah, I'm happy for Harper too, man. Jacob, I thought that was awesome. I thought that was the greatest thing that they could have done for them, man. Hold on, let me put that down there because he did say it. I didn't see it in the live chat. Thanks for that. I really didn't couldn't remember his name. Harper, yeah. Jacob Wright. Thank you so much. I went ahead and did that. And yeah, I thought that Harper and Roman, I was very happy for those guys. I think that they earned it. I think they worked hard. And they've been working hard for years, and they really didn't get any recognition. And just sit behind Bray Wyatt for as long as they did, um, I think that was hard. I did not notice that he was here. I gotta pay attention to my live chat a little bit more. Uh, I'm so sorry, Jacob Bright. And if you are watching Jacob Bright and you watch this video again, if you look back on the clip right here at 23:23 and 23:24, I apologize to you, sir. I'm sorry I did not get your text. But at the same time, I am very happy for Harper and Rowan, and I am glad that they are able to get the belts. I didn't think I put it like this. I think we've seen enough of the New Day versus the Usos. I don't know if I'm the only one that feels that way, but I'm tired of seeing it. Is more on its course a little bit, and like I said, I would like to see them go in a different direction, especially with Big E Langston. I would like to see them go. I know his name is just Big E or just E now. I don't know which way they're going with it, but personally, I like him as that right there. Um, I would like to see him being a little bit um, more into single matches. I would like to see him engage more with the crowd. I put it like this: like put him in the Intercontinental or the U.S. title match. Okay, again, you don't have to break up the New Day to give them a chance to be something different. You don't have to break up the New Day to um give them something to work at. You see what I'm saying? Because if you continue to just run the New Day as just a tag team division, I think it's going to run its course. If not this year, definitely by next year. People are going to really want to see something different because it's going to get boring. But they're not boring. These guys together are not boring. So I'm not worried too much about them. I'm just concerned about what they're going to do with their character. I think that's fair. As for the Usos, I think they're going to do a good like. I think Backlash should be good one-on-one match for them. I don't understand why they didn't make this more like a TLC match or something like that, but it is what it is. I would like to see a mallet on a pole match. Instead of a kendo stick, put the Bludgeon Brothers hammers on the pole. That would be an awesome match. Hammer on the pole match. Okay, WWE, don't you be using my stuff without asking, man. But I think that's coming. That has to be coming because that really kind of destroyed the New Day to me. I think that buried the heck out of the New Day. They just were not into this match, and even though they were there, they just weren't in it. I mean, anytime Kofi hits Trouble in Paradise, that to me is when you know they are not in this match. They are there, they're just not there. Okay, they just weren't into it. It was time to just end that right where it was. So let's see another match. Shinsuke Nakamura versus AJ Styles, which was really good, but unfortunately did not get the respect that it deserved. That match was really really good. If you are a fan of wrestling, that would be something to watch. I like the Smash Mouth part of it when they start punching each other in the face, and I mean really punching each other. I will say this: I'm glad Shinsuke Nakamura, brother Nakamura, did not do like Oscar. He was not trying to be your best friend. He kicked this dude in the nuts, and that's exactly what you do when you lose. There's nothing wrong with being a sore loser when wrestling. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't want you to be best friends. I don't want you to be buddies. This isn't a buddy system. Okay, you are supposed to knock a dude in the nuts. Okay, and you're not supposed to like this guy if you lose to him. You're not supposed to be hugging and being best friends. And you know what? I put it like this: Styles having respect for him, I feel it. But you know what? I don't mind Styles being a Michael Jordan, or a LeBron James type of player, and just saying, you know what? I'm the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be, and you can't beat me. Okay, and I'm gonna walk the break. I had a little connection issue. Anyway, so that brings us to the Intercontinental Championship. No, no, that's the United States Championship. Excuse me. What I call SmackDown WrestleMania. That's all it was. You could have saved that for SmackDown. To me, this is just my opinion, and you can tell me in the comment section what you think. Do you think that the United States Championship match could have been done in the kickoff show and put the Giant Battle Royale in the actual main card? Because personally, the United States Championship was lackluster. I know people were saying this is awesome, and then sometimes I wonder if the crowd is just in the moment and really just feel it because they pay for it, so they gotta say something's awesome. I wonder if that's what it is. Because personally, I felt like this match was so boring. In fact, I did go and make myself a wrap, and I made myself some fries, and I poured myself a big glass of water, and I ate food during that whole match, the United States Championship match. I ate during the whole match. I did not I did not watch the match that much because it was just that boring. Okay. I'm not a I'm gonna be honest. I may be hated for this, but I'm not a Bobby Roode fan. Okay. I'm just not. Jinder Mahal. they had again. This was an apology show to me. This was very much an apology show. They had to apologize for what happened last year. They had to apologize for Orton, and they had to apologize for taking the belt off of Jinder Mahal and give him something. Poor Rusev. Personally, I'm sorry, Rusev. I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do with Rusev because Rusev gets the raw element of the deal. He could go to TNA. He can go to a lot of places and or Impact Wrestling, whatever they call themselves now. Um, he could go to TNA and he could do great things, but unfortunately, he cannot. He will not get the respect he deserves in WWE because there's no reason why Rusev is not in the main picture of some championship. He could have easily been the champion of United States champion. He could be a heavyweight champion. He's a great talent. Yeah, he does need somebody to talk on his behalf. But to me, you want Rusev to be a powerhouse. You don't want Rusev to be joshing it up and you don't want that for Rusev. You want to see the Bulgarian brute beat people up and let somebody else be that happy thing in his life. Personally, I think they should give him the belt, drop the belt to him, and give him a chance to run with the belt for a while, just a little while. Give him some mid card status and not just sitting at home. Because to me, that's what they were going for at one point. So that is pretty much it. I think I talked about everything. I'm sure I talked about everything. That is it for today, and that is the WrestleMania 34 card. Please comment, rate, subscribe. Tell me what you think of the matches. Are you happy for Eric Rowan? Are you happy for Harper? Are you happy for Bray Wyatt? Are you happy for all the people in the WWE? Did you enjoy the matches? Which match was your favorite? And more importantly, which one will you be watching for tomorrow? What do you think is going to happen on Raw tomorrow? Me personally, I'm going to wait and see. I think. Oh, by the way, how did I not talk about it? How did I not talk about it? How did I not talk about it? Undertaker. Undertaker. I forgot to talk about Undertaker. Man, I almost forgot about him. Let me tell you something. That dude is jacked. Man, that dude looks so huge. You would think somebody who is closer to his 50s or already in his 50s would not look that jacked. Undertaker is in good shape, man. That dude is huge. Like he is cock diesel. He just proved that he could still go another 10 years, another 5 years easy. Another five. I won't give him 10, but definitely another five. You could do him in some part-time matches here and there. I would have him, working a couple shows, maybe a couple house shows, really get some time underneath his belt again. Because Taker, he still got some miles on his body, man. It's good to see that he could still do the thing. Because I think a lot of people were worried about him, including myself. I was really worried about Taker because I didn't think he had any more left in the tank. But what he did to John Cena was exactly what he was supposed to happen. Again, I think that was an apology from last year. I think that's all that was about because John Cena obviously could wrestle along with him just as fast, but he didn't. He gave Undertaker his moment. He gave Undertaker his due. He gave him the respect that he deserves. And you know what? I wish Roman Reigns would have done the same last year, and he probably would be over a lot more with the fans. If he, not that he had to lie down for him, but he definitely needed to give him a little bit more respect, and and also not take away his catchphrases and not be so disrespectful to what the Undertaker stands for to a lot of fans. Because to a lot of people, Undertaker is a huge, huge phenomenon, and he's a cultural thing. So that being said, I don't want to hold you guys any further. Um, I don't want to keep you guys any longer. Once again, please comment, please like, subscribe, tell your friends about Big Oxu Chia. This channel is about you, baby. And just because I'm not doing them Dragon Ball Super reviews doesn't mean I don't have something coming for you guys. I really, really do. I'm just doing things a little differently now. And I think that's the best way to do it, because I don't want to be sitting around doing a whole lot of talking. And I mean, if it's something comes to me, I think I'll start doing it this way: live chats, live information. And if this way format gets people more involved, I will. If it's something big to talk about, I'll talk about it. But other than that, I'm not. I'm no longer just. I'm a 35-year-old man. I'm not going to be talking about anime all the time. I'm not going to be talking about like movies all the time. I want to talk about everything. This channel is going to be a very much a variety channel on whatever topic I feel like talking about in that day, or whatever topic you give to me. If you give me a topic to talk about, I'll talk about that topic. But I'm no longer just making Big Asuchia about just one thing, because I'm not one sided person. I'm not one dimensional. I have many, 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 many facets to my personality. So if you're watching this part of the video, I do thank you for coming down, and I do appreciate you. I will. I love you guys. I love you all. For I thank you, Jacob Wright, for stopping in. Thank you for all the other guys who showed up, and even you that just came at the last minute, because I'm about to go off. I would like to say Big Asuchi is out.